Nice. We're live.
By the way,
No.
our 28 years later review,
Got 0 hits. We know.
you posted as 28 days later.
God damn it!
I was looking at that today. I was like, 28 days later.
That makes more sense why the guy was asking what we were doing.
God damn it!
Whatever, it happens.
All right. Well, whatever. All right. So let's just get this going. All right. Give me that shit.
That tastes really good.
Hello and welcome to another Gooned Up Nerds podcast. I am your host, Dylan, as well as Oscar and Mike.
Daisy's off screen.
It's legal in our state. Anyways,
What?
thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to get right into the thing that we always start off with is some show announcements, even though there's only like one thing we're really concerned about this weekend, and that is Hellfire, which we will all be going to. And we hope to see a few of you guys there
Can you
too.
imagine if it turns out to be like Fire Festival?
No. It's not Hellfire Festival.
Hellfire Festival. Oh, God. It's just a complete. We all get locked in. There's no supplies, and we all just have to
All right,
fend for ourselves.
2 days.
2 days.
We'll unlock the
We're
doors.
on lockdown. That would actually be a funny movie.
What's this?
And there's only one band playing the entire time.
What's this guy's
I don't
band
know what
shirt
band it
says? Looks like it says grab ass.
It does not say grab ass.
Imagine it did though. I mean,
The fake band is just called grab ass.
I mean,
Did you see random but not really? I don't know what TV show it is. I think it's on Netflix. Don't know the name of it. Have no info on it.
oh, I know, really.
Doesn't
so
help
this-
at
none of
all.
this helps.
No,
None of this helps.
But there's a clip and it's funny, and Caliban posted it because they took one of my Caliban songs and no one played it. And they're like, "Why is our music here?"
Was it? It was.
It was
bad.
more of a complaint than a real post.
It was bad, Caliban, wasn't it?
I mean, it was a new song.
So yes, bad.
Listen,
It's bad.
just because they're like
So is it bad,
15 albums in now.
Is it bad now, Dylan? Just be honest. Is it bad?
Bad. It's really
When
bad.
was the last time you guys listened to Caliban?
Like 3 months ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did
Posted
put it
a
on
thing
a little while
Facebook,
ago.
and I was like, "This is not good." This sounds like you guys listen to what people think is popular right now, and then mash that all together.
Yeah, they haven't
I'm
really
like-
done anything good since like 2012.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. Even Heaven
that
Shall
wasn't
Burn
even that
hasn't been that
good.
good either.
Yeah, Heaven Shall Burn got weird.
They got very sing-songy.
yeah, that's what happens. People are like, "Oh, people really like these sing-songy ones."
They're also just old.
So
Yeah, they are old. They fall into that trap,
that
man.
has nothing to do with anything.
Yes,
You
it
go
does.
two
They
ways.
won't- name one other band
Dead guy.
besides that guy. Besides that guy.
Integrity, 108. When they did the comeback albums, they were fucking awesome.
And when was
Jesus,
that?
man.
I don't know, but they were like they hadn't been bands for like over 10 years.
Hmm.
Put stuff
Occasionally
out.
is constantly working. Right? Doesn't
No,
count.
no,
They're
Case of
constantly
Strain,
working.
They
That
haven't.
doesn't
They haven't not put something
But
out
I
in a
feel
long
like
time.
Caliban and Heaven Shall Burn have been constantly working. too.
Yeah, no, they have, and they're just constantly
They fall
getting
into that
worse.
stagnation.
Like they just put out the same amount of albums that like Cradle of Filth has. And it's-
See, the Cradle of
it's
Filth is
obnoxious.
it's ridiculous. There's too many. Same thing with
It's
Behemoth.
like
There's too many.
33 albums or something. I don't
Cradle
know,
of Filth
but
has
it's
way too many
nuts.
albums, and like the first 5 are good. You
I
know
mean,
what
that's still a pretty good run right there.
Listen, they had some.
That's
I,
like,
I can't remember the last time I actually listened to them.
I don't like. Well, I mean, I definitely went back and listened to it, but look, Converge has like 14 albums. I like 6 of them.
I think I only like 3.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not like crazy into Converge like everyone else.
I mean,
Easy,
they're
relax.
a
I
totally
don't.
different band. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how Cave In is like a completely different band. After the
Yeah.
first 2.5 albums, it's just like, oh, all right. Did Botch do that? No.
No, but they didn't even put out a new album. They just
Yeah,
put
what's
out
up,
a couple
Mitch?
singles.
I was just talking about how they became. Well,
Mitch has joined us on YouTube.
So,
Fuck
Mitch,
yeah.
what up, Mitch?
But yeah, like, I mean, Botch, the single they put out was good. It's just they didn't put anything else out after that.
Well, not to knock them, but that was just basically an unreleased track that they wrote 19 years ago. Or something.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really new music. But the Dead Guy one is actually really good.
No, that guy was really, like I said, I'm surprised. 'Cause a lot of these older bands fall into that trap of just like it's almost not. I'm not gonna say lazy writing, but they don't go as technical as they did when they were younger.
You know, it's kind of
Same thing with like See You Next Tuesday. Like their newer shit, their new shit was so like I went through. I'm like I feel nothing from this album,
dude. The stuff before that, Intervals, was not.
Oh,
good.
I mean
they teased the one good riff. They teased the one good riff, and they were fucking selling that, and it was like cool. And I remember all my friends were like, "This sucks."
Yeah, it has like 2 good songs, and that's it. And then but
shit, there was a band I wanted to say. Oh yeah, they're hit and miss, but they definitely have a bunch of good albums. Brainworm. They have a lot of albums, and like some of them, I'm not really gonna go out of my way to listen to that. But they have a decent chunk, and also they put out stuff recently that wasn't, bad. It was actually really good. That Hammer of the Witch, they just randomly put that out. Same thing with All Out War. All Out War will randomly put out stuff, and it's like
haven't put out anything in a long time though.
In like 2018.
That's still a while.
Oh, for shit!
We're in like 2025.
I forgot.
Yeah, see, you got to
forgot what year we were in. For a second.
Anyways, what you call it? Shows this week that are in Hellfire. That on Thursday, July 3rd. 10 Years Out is going to be opening that. That's going to be in Amityville Music Hall, so please get there early for 10 Years Out. And they're opening for Grim Litter, Death Becomes Her, and I Promise the World. That's Miles to Go and Boyfriends joint. Shout out to Boyfriends and Miles to Go. And I'm going to bump up to July 9th. This is kind of last minute, but Thus Spoke Zarathustra is going to be at Amityville Music Hall finally. We've been wanting to see them for a while.
My space deathcore.
I will say this. Thus Spoke
Mike.
I will say this. Thus Spoke Zarathustra is probably the best out of those band revivals that came out recently. And then opening for them is going to be Do Not Enter, No Unity, and Raid. Shout out to all those guys.
Yo, did you see Tyler's story with Raid?
No.
It's pretty cool.
What about it?
So, number one,
I might have forgotten.
Shout out to NYC Shootout and Raid for going on their big tour and going to California and all that. That's fucking dope. Raid and had the guy from We Are the End do like guest vocals.
Oh, that's cool.
And Tyler got to like meet him and all that, and he's like a huge We Are the End fan. So that's like
sick.
He loves that.
And like the dude actually fucks with Raid. Like he listened to them before they were there, like knew who they were.
I mean, it was cool, man, watching the videos, seeing the reactions they were getting. Because I'm like, people actually know who they are, which is kind of awesome. But I mean, that's awesome that Long Island's actually getting out there with a lot of people. Continuing on with this, I'm going to be vending at the Calling Bell on July 13th. Tenebrae is actually putting on a noise show. Opening for that is Mildred Pierce, Pacing Animals, Decades of Segregation, Chop 7 Times, and Viodre.
Wait, shot or chop?
Chop.
Chopped.
It's literally chop, 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 chop. But it's
you're saying chop
7 times.
But what you should have said, chop, 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 chop.
Yeah, but I always go over too many chops, so it's better just to go with
chop
the
7 times.
No, dude, you do it 2, 3, 2.
And I'm pretty sure that's their IG handle, just chop 7 times.
That is a lot to fit. Sure. All right, I need you to write this 7 times. Why? And each one has to be different. No.
No, I will not do that.
It's like
each one is a different logo.
You know who did that really well? Hardlore put out a shirt where they wrote Hardlore, but literally each letter is like super iconic. And you're like, oh, I know. Exactly
like from like a hardcore.
Well, it's like from all over. It's like DSI, Metallica, Sepultura, like Hatebreed, like it's all mixed in there. And you're like, oh, even Rancid. One of the artists.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, they it was really good. I like stuff like that.
Anyway, then the last show I wanted to advertise for July 20th. This is a benefit show for Julian's mom. It's going to be Defilade opening that up. Evil Ways, Last Laugh, Heads Will Roll. Jab is coming back, which is going to be fucking sick.
Super sick.
NYC Shootout and Private Mind will be headlining that one. And that's also going to be, I think, their last show for a really long time. So please come out to that.
Ooh, Private Mind?
Yeah. Please come out to that. Support the benefit. Shout out to Julian. And this is going to be at Shaker's Pub on July 20th. And let us get us into what we're here to talk about today, which is we are not doing that anymore. We are not doing that anymore.
It's over.
It's over, Dylan. And I hope that we actually get a second one or the third one.
She really did go full Pepe Sylvia.
Yes, you did. And we're talking about Final Destination Bloodlines today. So this is the what, 6th or 7th installment?
Sixth.
The 6th installment.
Because there's what Final Destination 2, Final Destination 3, the Final Destination,
Which is like
Final
the worst
Destination-
one, right?
Final Destination 5, and then this one. So
And
this-
5 was the prequel, right, Dylan?
Yes. So
Okay.
5 was pretty cool. That's probably my favorite one next to the first one.
I don't think I've seen 5.
I like 1 and 2.
1 and 2, yeah, they're whatever.
But yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen the Final Destination series, which I'm actually surprised if you have not.
I feel like
At
everyone's
least
seen
go
it.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
you'll
watch
see
the
it.
kills.
Wait,
Yeah.
is the logging truck is the first one?
Second
Second.
one.
Okay,
That's
so
the
I
second one.
so I feel like most people have seen the first two, just because
At least
if you
the logging
mention
scene.
if you mention that, everyone's like, yeah, no, fuck those trucks now. I'm never going to.
Oh, yeah, no, that has actually stopped people from going behind those type of trucks
Yeah.
anymore. Anytime you see them on the highway, there is no one behind that truck
It
now
did-
for that reason.
It did for lumber trucks, what Jaws did for beaches.
You
But
guys know what we're doing when we drive up to Elfira?
We're not doing
I'm
that.
finding one of those.
You are not doing that.
bitches
Let's
and
not do that.
I'm tailgating.
Let's not do that.
You're not even driving.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
yeah, that's what I'm driving.
Oh dear God, he's gonna do it.
Wait, dog, he's actually going to say it.
I actually have a car that can transport us without fear of breaking down.
Have I been in your new car?
No.
No, I'm there. Yeah,
Have you
no,
even seen it?
no, I don't think.
Alright.
Wow, how old is your new car?
How old? It's only got like 5,000
That's
miles.
not what I asked. How long have you had it?
January.
Damn,
Oh,
I
shit.
feel like-
Now that I think of it, I don't think I've seen your car either.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like it would have. Is it still white?
No.
Oh, yeah, no, then
It
I
blends
actually,
in.
That's probably. You know what?
I
It's
haven't
probably
even seen
because I
your
didn't
car.
know what the car looks like, so I probably
It-
did see it. But
It's kind of like Dana's car, but bigger. So you
Hey,
should be more comfortable.
as long as it's
Yeah.
not your other one that just decided to not work.
No.
It's
I
just like-
couldn't do that
It's just
anymore.
like, hey, you know what's funny?
Dude.
Me not doing anything.
And it did it for so many different reasons. Like, I got it fixed so many times, and then like 3 months later, be like, "Guess what we're doing today?
I gotta say,
We're not going to turn on."
oh, my God.
Or-
Liquid Death is very good. They got a very good product.
It's literally water.
Well, no,
No, Liquid Death rules.
the regular,
It's water.
just
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's bad. I'm just saying these guys lucked out on an awesome branding idea.
well, you know what they did? They started doing this to. Remember how like Monster would like do things for, like Warped Tour and like the reason you drank 7 Monsters. In a
Yeah,
day.
no, they sponsored a lot of festivals.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
say like how Red Bull would do stuff like that. I remember when I went to Furnace Fest, all the water was this. Obviously not the soda one; they didn't have it at the time, but it was just the.
I
It's still
remember
water.
when it first came out, and I think like it was like you should only get it from like fucking Australia or some shit. I don't remember where it started, but I think it was not here. I could be wrong, but they had like I think it was like a BMX rider and all these people like it's kind of like signing themselves over to Liquid Death, but like pricking themselves then and like using.
Jesus.
Yeah, they had like this whole crazy like gimmick when it first came out.
I
I was like, that's cool. I kind of want one of those. And then like 3 years later, I'm like, holy fuck, they're everywhere.
pretty sure that's all AMH will give you if you ask for water.
No, they had the jug.
They have the jug.
They had
Well,
the
no,
jug.
that's why I said if you ask them.
Yo, the jug
The jug is
was
good.
amazing.
There needs to be a light over there.
It was a little dark.
It's a little dark. Just like one little light on top there.
It's not going to work, though,
Why?
because everything breaks down in AMH. Like the bathrooms.
All right, that's like one bathroom. That one, whoever's shitting in there, got to stop. I think it might be just the fact that someone doesn't know how much paper they're using. They got to cut down.
And also the bathrooms in the front, too. Not knocking AMH at all. It's still a great venue.
It's just people that.
And it's just
people-
funny. It's becoming because they have more bathrooms, but it does. It's just like old AMH. You have to wait for the one anyways. So it's like I'm already used to waiting in line, even though there's 4 bathrooms now.
People be shitting.
But yeah.
All right, let's talk real quick. Who really pauses the song before they go switch the music? Come on.
Yeah, you don't do that. It was
Yeah,
for the movie.
come on. That was just for.
It was for the movie. Yeah, yeah.
You know what would have been smarter is time them a little better, or you didn't have to pause.
Well, also I was
Have to stop. Sorry.
I was just very upset at this scene too, because like you don't have to do any of this, and also you don't do that.
Oh yeah, because you actually work at a tattoo shop.
Yeah. Also, yeah. If that's not his shit, why are you doing that?
And he's not wearing gloves. Well, no, because he's about to tattoo himself.
But I'm pretty sure he doesn't tattoo
Which is
himself.
insane.
No, he does right
He
now.
does.
No, I know he tattoos himself. I'm just saying I don't think he tattoos. I think he's the piercer.
You're probably right, but he still tattooed himself.
I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is like people would be pissed if you touched their shit and used it. Like,
I don't think that's the point of this scene.
well, also I didn't like when he was cleaning up with the stuff that got lit on fire. You don't clean up at the end. You clean up after each person. You know, it's not like you have to wipe everything down at the end of the day. Obviously, you can.
It'd be messed up if Death had a contingency plan and just like, you know what, I'm just gonna have this needle have AIDS.
Oh my god, the long
con. But yeah, I mean, back to the movies we're talking about now because I have a play in the background. We rented it because this movie came out like a couple months ago, and a while ago, right?
A couple weeks ago,
like a month ago.
Like a month ago, we released that.
Man, they're really putting stuff up quick, huh?
I mean, because the way the streaming and everything works now, it's better just to get it out there, especially if it's not doing super well. I know this did pretty good, but like unless it's like really doing gangbusters, they're like, no, we'll just get it in there, get our money back, and then we're gonna immediately put it onto streaming. And then whoever didn't want to fucking watch it like we did, we could just rent it.
Well, yeah, so like I don't think Bring Her Back came out that quick. I gotta see that movie.
Yeah,
I
we
heard
should do that one
was
soon.
really good.
But in terms of the series for this movie, everyone hyped it up so much. Final Destination Bloodlines, like it kept saying, it's the best rated one since the first one. I think it actually did a higher rating than the first one. And then pretty much everyone's saying it's like the best installment for the series. But I don't know. Like,
all right, hold on.
They tried doing something different with this.
I'm calling bullshit on this too right now. Because now that I'm seeing it for the second time, I'm seeing what it actually is. He is what's actually hooked onto his fucking nose ring is a paper clip. It is a paper clip. Because if you rewind it, it's a hook screwed into the wall.
There it is. No, it's one of those. It's like a carabiner.
All right. Well, then it was when it's hooked up into the wall. It's literally the chain, and then like I guess that thing onto like a hook onto the wall, and it looked like a paper clip at first, but also like how can you not figure out that little carabiner thing?
Yeah, I could see that. Unless he's just really panicking hard right now. Oh, he figured it out.
But it took him standing up on a thing and falling on fire.
Yes. Some people got to learn the hard way, Mike.
Also, that stuff, if we pause, the stuff that he was pouring all over his hands before, totally will give you cancer if you keep doing that. So, just like, I guess.
You know what? Death got him regardless then.
Also, there was a jar of just needles, like the stuff you put actually in the machine. Don't just keep
Mike, I don't think they're really looking for total
accuracy.
This is really the biggest criticism you have of the movie right now?
This is.
Oh, my God. You did focus on it a lot when we watched it yesterday. But yeah, I mean, if you've seen any of the Final Destiny, it's the same kind of format. They just tweak it a little bit. Basically, someone, instead of actually the main character seeing how they're going to die and a bunch of people are going to die, this girl is getting like someone else's old vision that prevented them from getting killed and then saving a bunch of people. Kind of like in the first one with the airplane, the second one with the logging incident, like every other Final Destination movie. But the way it's almost like Death needed to do this to reset everything, because the way that this time it works, you find out like as this is going on, because this is just a Final Destination movie, and they're just trying to outwit Death the whole time.
As always.
Yeah, but in this one, they actually get on it like immediately, because like this girl's having nightmares about this old vision constantly, so she has to dig into her parents' past to find the grandma who she thinks this dream is about.
It's funny because I feel like this movie, what they did with the grandma was they were like, well, Scream has a legacy character, and I know what you did last summer, got to have oh, fuck.
Even Texas Chainsaw tried.
They're like, we fucking killed everyone. They're like, we have to create one somehow.
We have to make an OG character that no one ever heard of.
I mean, in that aspect, they did a really good job.
I mean, I'll give it that. Like in terms of like trying to make it like a requel. I mean, they do try to tie it. The movies.
I do like how much in your face irony and also just funny shit happens. She's like, she calls everything, and you're like, they won't do that.
I'm gonna say this though, as far as these movies go, this is definitely the goofiest one.
Definitely had the most comedic take.
I think they honestly, I liked that because it was just. But they did get me pretty much every time I thought something was going to happen.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, yep, and then they like fake out.
Yeah.
And then they did something else. I'm like, oh, all right, you got me. I wasn't expecting this person.
Yeah, this whole movie's just fake outs.
I did like that. They did keep you guessing because you kind of knew what was going to happen, but you didn't know like when or who it was going to happen to.
Yeah, which is kind of like different from the other movies because in the other movies, you know who's going to die. Once the camera focuses on this person and what's going on with them,
They're done.
yeah, you just basically just watch the Ruth Goldberg machine that death creates to get this person to die. And in this one, you still see it happening, but you don't know who's going to get it. I think is it the first kill? Yeah, the first kill is the father, right? The main character's uncle.
Yeah.
Main character in this is Stephanie Reyes, played by Caitlin Santajuana. And not gonna lie, as far as the main character goes, I did not like her.
I said, yeah, I don't.
Besides the camera being on her, I didn't really see her as the main character.
I mean, she's the one that was getting the visions and all that shit.
I think that's the only thing that made her a main character. That is hilarious.
It is.
Oh my god.
It's so fucked up, but it's such a voice.
I do like how the guy driving the truck is just jamming out to some ridiculous song and just swiping.
It's like Gwen Stefani or something. But like, but yeah, no, I did not like the main character in this. The chick that was having visions. All she had was that like that paranoid. Like, you know how the characters all eventually get paranoid and get bug-eyed and just start.
Yeah.
She was like that the entire movie. There was no like different levels of her emotion. It was just that the whole fucking movie.
Pretty sure that's Johnny Sins.
It's not Johnny Sins. You kept saying that last night. It's not Johnny Sins. Let me just double check though.
And you're like, God damn it. How did you know? I think it was just being funny because he's playing a garbage truck driver.
No, his name is Sean C. Orr. That sounds very fake. Hold on.
I was about to say that sounds like a fucking fake name. Is that an alias?
He was in The Last Samurai. I'm waiting to like go through his IMDb and just seeing a bunch of porn. No, this is just. I think this guy is normally a stunt actor.
Damn.
But yeah. The kills in this.
Oh, these are my favorite kills
These
out
are
of
top-notch.
any movie.
Top-notch kills in this one. Like, usually, I mean, the other ones were kind of just more, like, gruesome in the sense it's just, like, they're simplistic. Like, when the guy in the first one died from getting choked to death, like, that was, like, visceral.
It could have been an age thing for me since I've seen all the other ones, like, at a lot younger. But, like, this movie, this isn't going to leave, like, a scarring effect on the youth like it should.
I mean,
like the other one. No, sorry. We said it earlier. Like, we won't drive behind log trucks anymore.
True.
The first movie fucked me up with like planes just randomly blowing up, and then like the choking scene. Like, it was weird and completely freak how it happened, but
the way it was set,
fucked up.
Yeah, with the way it was set up, because you could see the guy almost getting the scissors to like get away, and he just can't get to him. And you see his eyes bulge out and everything, so it's like it's visceral.
You know, I do.
These were just stylized and insane.
Well, I think it's also because Death was like, "I'm done waiting, and I'm not gonna fuck around with these complex whatever things."
I mean, they were still a little.
They were a little bit, but
like,
it was just like, I'm not gonna tie you up with string. I'm gonna fucking explode you or shoot a spear at your face.
Oh man, later on they go over the top.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, he's like, I'm not playing around. We're just gonna do this. I'm making a mess.
But even, like,
before it was like
the tanning beds and like the third one, like all those, like even though that movie was corny, that shit's still fucked up. Like, you could actually get stuck and
true. I think they were just grasping at like new ways. We're like, what can we make scary? You know, like tanning beds. You know, burn you up. Or something.
Yeah, this isn't gonna do that to people.
No,
I don't think like anyone went out in like a legitimate fucking way in this movie.
But no. These are all completely far-fetched. I will say this: I don't want to go ever near a fucking MRI machine, but like, they were crazy the way that these people died, and it's just like, not for nothing though. The gore effects in this were actually pretty cool for CG.
They used, well, no, there was some definitely.
I know there was some. You're right. There was some practical.
The lawnmower was super practical.
When the girl gets in the compactor when she rips out the.
Oh, I saw the fucking video for how they did that. It was super cool. You know when they have to like measure corners with that plastic ruler and it kind of like pushes in.
Folds in.
That's what they used.
Oh, for the actress's face.
Yeah, that thing that was moving was that. So that was really her. And then once it like went around her face, they CGI'd over it. And then he was a practical arm.
God, imagine it just got stuck and just did it full.
But they have the video. It's really weird because it's just like it looks like it's closing on her, but it's just like
it's forming around her face.
Everything moves around her face like perfectly. So it's like
that's pretty cool though. Like the kills, you will not be disappointed with, and I think there are enough of them where you're just kind of like, you know, this is mostly built upon the suspense of who's going to get it and where the fuck is this elaborate thing that Death is doing right now how is it going to kill them?
I'll give them this too. It's very good opening scene.
Yeah, the Sky Tower with the Sky Titanic.
Oh man, the shitty Penny kid, fuck him.
Oh man, but so there's also deaths in this where you're just like, yes, I'm glad this motherfucker ate it.
Like you suck.
Like, you know what it is? The deaths here are super satisfying.
Oh, and yes.
It's almost like watching like that thing where you just see people cutting soap and it's just soothing to watch. Like this is kind of just hits that spot. Where like, you know what? That's fucking cool. Or yeah, fuck that kid. Like I'm just super satisfied with the kills in this. I'll give it that. But I mean, Dylan, when you were saying before, this is like any other real like final destination.
Yeah, I wouldn't really class it like as better than the first one or probably even the fifth one. I'd say it's probably better than the third and fourth. It was fun to watch, but I don't think it's like groundbreaking at all.
Yeah, I think like really the only thing that I kind of thought what they did different is like immediately, but people got on board with the whole "hey, Death is stalking us" thing.
Yeah,
because like she has like it. Which another thing too. This thing that kind of bothered me. This reminded me a lot of. You've seen Paranorman, right?
No.
The claymation movie.
No.
Okay.
Like claymation.
What you call it? It's actually I think it's like the last claymation movie for like.
Don't knock claymation.
Other than Wallace and Gromit that got
made. I appreciate the skill, but I do not have the attention span to watch shit like that.
You should watch Mad God.
That might be too trippy for him.
I watched the fucking one they make you watch in school. There's a guy in it.
Gumby.
No, I like Gumby actually.
We were talking about Gumby.
Gumby's awesome. I watch Gumby all the time.
It's so weird. Do you really?
When I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Gumby was you just unlocked like a childhood memory. Like I forgot Gumby existed until you just said that.
Yeah, all claymation.
So like I wasn't gonna go there. I was gonna go with the guy like Wilfred. No. He's got a sweater. And
Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
We watched that.
We were actually watching
Maybe that's why I hate claymation, because I just fucking hated that show.
Well, obviously, he's a fucking skeleton.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Obviously, that's like the one everyone really knows.
Yeah, that movie's boring.
It is. Well, I mean,
it's very short.
It is short.
It's
what was the
short.
other one?
Is it? I feel like that pace is horrible.
No,
I feel like that movie is like
because
a hot summer day.
Because it's fucking
Just
sing-along shit,
out.
man. Like it's a musical.
Oh yeah,
that's why.
Suck.
Most people don't like that shit. I watched it mostly because of my sister. I wasn't one of those weird Jack Skellington kids. But what you call it? I was mentioning. Oh yeah, so Paranorman is basically kind of like a claymation movie about this kid that can see dead people, like Sixth Sense style. And then he has an
old dreams.
What was that? Feels like forget it. I lost my point. But he can see dead people, and then there's a curse on the town where his uncle, who also has that power, has to read from a book to put. Yeah, that was claymation. And he has to put down the witch's spirit for like every year for another year, and the uncle is about to die, and he has to pass this on to Norman, otherwise the town's going to be fucked with this curse.
Oh, I kind of remember this now.
But that's kind of like what happens here. She goes to find her grandma. That's what you call it. Pretty much this dream is about that she keeps having over and over again, only to find out that, hey, look, I need you to take this book so you can protect our family with this book that I made that helps you cheat death. And it's almost the same thing. She even looks like the dude from Paranorman, where she's like old scraggly, and she has like the fucking big heavy winter coat and shit. Like it looks just like him. But this entire time, she's like looking at this Pepe Sylvia book that helps her cheat death, where you can actually see the signs of the Ruth Goldberg machine that death creates to try and get to you.
Also, it's kind of cool that she like sees the shit happening. She's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, there's a point where she meets with her granddaughter, and you just see that she just moved like a glass slightly, right? And then the sun reflected onto a piece of rope that's hooked onto something that's dangling, a plant. And it was slowly cooking the rope to snap, which was going to set off a chain of events that would have killed someone. And she literally just said, all right, fuck you. And she just knocks the thing away so that way it stops burning the rope.
She's like, I see you, motherfucker. And it's like, that's actually really funny. She's like, she's talking shit to death all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like, it's funny because what's the main character's name again?
Unimportant.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever. She asked the grandma, she's like, who are you talking to? She's like, oh.
You can't just do that.
You wouldn't be able to walk in on that.
No.
The door's just open. It's just
Stephanie Reyes.
The hallway to that. Like,
it's like a main hallway. It's like a public hallway. That's not even like a hallway down a side corridor. Like there are places that you don't know about.
Wow, you guys are picking this apart more than I thought you would.
Well,
dude, like it's you know what it is too.
There's like back alleys and back alleys. And
you know what's funny? It's like I guess I'm so much more open to like what's happening in terms of what's happening because it's number one, it's a movie. Number two, I literally just watched Megan 2 and the most egregious things happen, and they're kind of like what you guys are pointing out.
Number one,
friend picked it. I did not pick it. Okay, I went with a friend. All right, I did not.
We saw the first one.
We did to review it.
We reviewed it. Yeah.
We know what the first one was.
Yeah, but also I kind of wanted to see where it was going.
Did you tell Dylan what it basically is?
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
I figured.
Like
I saw the trailer.
Did you
it was
really?
Where
Terminator
she's
2.
like, "What's up, bitches?" And I was like, "This movie's."
You know what? I want to say that you're wrong about
hold
that
on.
her saying that, but that's the way that she talks. So
Hold on a second. Did you really think it was going to be Terminator 2?
I knew she comes back as a good guy.
Okay.
somewhat.
Word.
I saw a trailer. The trailer gives it away. Like,
I didn't really honestly pay attention.
and it wasn't even like I didn't even watch the full trailer. I saw like Megan 2.0 trailer, and literally the first 4 seconds of the trailer was like, "I'm bringing her back" or some shit, and like it's Megan.
It's ridiculous, but like not even just the fact that it's a Megan movie, but there's so many points like, how does that happen? You can't do that, but that does happen in this movie a lot too.
Speaking of other movies, the Candyman himself is in this movie. But the last.
This is the last one.
movie.
I think he might have done something like an indie something, but
He does not look great.
I mean, it fits for the movie.
He's skeletal. He looks like a skeleton
Yeah,
with a
Tony
beard.
Todd was on his way out.
He was
yeah.
sick.
I was going to say he had cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like Oscar said, it does fit the role, but oh my god.
Yeah, and I mean the way that they brought him back and the way they kind of made it tie into the rest of the
Was
series,
awesome.
not bad. It was pretty good, because you know what it is. Also, I'll give this movie this. It does kind of not tie up loose ends to like how all these things start or the other movies and stuff, but it does kind of tie into the other movies, and this does explain why all these crazy things happened to all these different families and people and stuff like that. Because it could just be like a butterfly effect, like this movie explains. Like this one event allowed all these people to live, and now I have to fucking clean up and make sure I get what's due to me.
I don't really get his motivation.
But death?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like,
he has to kill people.
but it's gonna keep happening. It's gonna keep happening. There's gonna be
No,
so
he's
many.
almost done.
Yeah, there's only so many people in the world, Mike.
Yeah, but you know what we're not seeing? All the other fucking people doing this all
That's
over
what
the
that
place.
book was. All the other dead people.
The survival guide that Stephanie has.
Because I feel like
No,
this is
that
just
was-
saying that
you know-
everyone from all the other movies had ties to people from that tower.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is saying. That
Like-
all of these people.
So she's
Are
the original
all
person.
connected.
She's the original
Yes,
person.
the original.
Yeah, that's
one.
why I
Like
said
this-
they need their original final girl.
All right, so imagine like is she the first person and the only person ever to do that set off a chain of events like that?
No, I don't think
Creating
they
a
imply
tangent
that.
timeline.
I don't think they imply that. But the
But-
thing is also there's obviously other people within that timeline that also screwed it up because they
and expanded exponentially.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, besides all of that, imagine the whoever the grandma was. Imagine another one of her somewhere else doing the same thing, and then it's just like cool. So now this is just happening on the other side of the country.
Oh yeah, I mean they also pretty much say that, which is
what else is Death doing?
Yeah, like it also.
What else is he doing?
No,
like he's probably bored, so he's like, "Fuck it, I'm totally doing this. I got nothing else to do. I'm alive for fucking eternity, and my name is Death.
Is Death alive?
Yes.
I'm a thing.
His name is Rule.
That does things for eternity.
That's very descriptive. It is some sort of.
I have to curse you guys real quick.
What?
Just because I gotta see if you have the same issue I have. Do you see your computer screen?
Yeah. What about it?
You see the flashing?
Yeah. What about it?
I noticed it and now I can't stop.
Who cares?
It's
Jesus.
Stop looking at it.
Your
I can't.
autism.
It's everywhere. No.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. Imagine. Wait till you start noticing.
I'll try and fix it, Dylan.
He's like, "Fuck! I noticed every time I blink now."
Jesus. It's just not going away.
All right, whatever. Tom.
Doesn't really matter.
We'll make it work.
All right, I think I got it. There we go. That's insane.
Wow.
We need Dylan to focus. All right.
Breathe.
God, that was intense.
That was getting rough.
Jesus. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I liked how this movie kind of pretty much tried to tie all the other ones together, and then pretty much just said this is kind of the end of this branch, this fuck
Yeah, I
up
was gonna
branch.
say.
I-
I bet they're making more.
I would say
the way that you describe it, they could make tons more of that.
I hope the next one is like.
You think they're gonna do
horrifying.
another one?
Oh, you know what's crazy?
I just hope it's horrifying.
She
Like
was
I hope
holding-
it's like scary as fuck.
She was holding the floodgates back, basically.
Yeah, the second she died, the rest of everyone else, like their instincts, they don't exist.
Well,
so they died.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen too? Tony Todd's going to die after all these people die too.
Oh yeah, after all of them died, then it's Tony Todd's turn, and that, like I said, that kind of wraps up that whole thing. Because, I mean, spoilers here, I guess. You find out that in the tower there is a little boy that is saved, and that little boy ends up being Tony Todd's character throughout the entire movie series. And they explain why he knows so much about death. It's because he's always in contact with Iris, the grandmother, who is pretty much thwarting death for decades.
I'll give them this. They made it make sense.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that, and I wasn't.
And we didn't really need it.
Well,
But-
but yeah, exactly. But it made everything make more sense. You're like, oh, that's why all these fucking things are connected. They are connected, even though they're not. They kind of Days of Future past us real quick.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it. They kind of reset it.
They did, and they like, well, this is why this is happening. You're like, oh, so there's one OG person that's like the root system, basically. They're at the top, and it just spreads out from there, and then exponentially, when those people that have families that weren't supposed to exist have kids that weren't supposed to have kids, and then there's even more. And you're like, all you guys got to go.
Yep, and it took 5 movies to do a few branches, and you saw how big that scope was with the amount of people that made it.
Oh yeah,
That asshole kid lived.
I was gonna say like that whole party thing there. I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
like just think about how much. God, there's probably so many of those like
all those families that happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of that, but then imagine more with like the grandmas or the OG predecessors that like have visions, because obviously it's a thing that occurs.
Yeah.
So she is definitely not the first person to do this in like the history of time.
Yeah.
You know
So like you said, there's got to be tons of like little branches like that where it's just like.
You know what's really crazy? Actually, you know what's crazy? You could actually apply this now to any time period.
Yeah.
Or any culture.
Yeah, no, like I said, the possibilities now with these movies are pretty much endless if they just want to keep making them. But the thing I'm going to say is that as much as that makes this a little fresher, it's still just a Final Destination movie where they're trying to thwart death. They all die in these crazy ways. Maybe not. This is way more stylized than any of the other movies.
Yeah.
But in terms of the deaths, because like the MRI machine death, like we're about to watch right now,
that was creative.
insane. And by the way, they somehow killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was actually going to applaud them for doing the thing. Like, Actually, that's pretty damn smart.
Well, I mean, you find out that the one wasn't even supposed to die, but he just essentially pissed Death off by trying to stop it, so Death took them both out.
Yeah,
True.
because he might
He's
not
not
have existed,
related.
and also he might not have existed anyways, because that his mom might have not have cheated on the dad at the time.
Oh,
'cause
no,
they wouldn't
yeah.
have been married.
No,
You know what I mean?
He wouldn't have still existed.
All right, now you're getting way too deep.
But it's true though. He wouldn't have existed
Yeah, but
probably.
they-
Oh my god! I just noticed that he just.
No, but that's probably why Death was able to just kind of wipe him out.
I just noticed that kid just stole a wheelchair from an old lady.
Oh yeah.
I
Death's
didn't
probably
notice
like,
that
oh,
the
you've
first
got
time.
to go.
Because he got me off guard. He was talking nice to that lady. She was watching TV. He was like, "All right, bye," and just took her fucking wheelchair.
Yeah.
She's stuck in that chair now. He's a dick. I really
Whatever.
don't feel bad. Also, it's kind of funny how he's like, "All right, you want to get some peanuts?" And like, because he has a peanut allergy. And he's like, "No, I'm going to
This
eat
is
a
what it's like,
Reese's."
Dylan, if you were to eat some
He's like,
pieces.
"I'm going to eat a
Could
fucking
be.
Reese's."
Huh?
Could be.
He still doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
It's not something I want to know.
I think you should.
I think
know.
that's a fair thing to not want to find
All
out.
right, on the next live, Dylan's going to eat a Reese's Pieces. We will have an EpiPen handy.
We'll have two.
No,
All right,
Yeah.
3.
we're not doing this.
Why not just make it 4? He becomes the abomination. I don't think that's how it works. 4 EpiPens.
He's just wheezing with EpiPens sticking out of him.
All of these
They're
are
just flipping
expired.
tables and shit. Jesus Christ.
I think his brain's dead. The heart's just pumping.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Shit. But
All right, so we gotta get 4 EpiPens.
We're not doing any of this.
so this scene actually, they do explain, because I don't know what movie they did this in. They explain there's 2 ways to not beat death, but I guess delay it. One is you have to kill someone. Was that ever a thing in the other movies?
No, they say that.
Yeah,
He says it.
in the 5th one.
In the 5th one.
In the 5th one,
So if
I
you
think
kill someone,
he
it
has
buys
to
you more
kill
time.
someone, or like you kill someone in the
Oh.
chain or something.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
haven't
no.
seen that movie since it was in theaters.
but I'm saying if you kill someone, you get all the time they had left. And the characters, they're like by the babies, like
Wait, I think
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no. He's like,
We can't do
unless,
that.
and he's like, no.
No,
He's
we
like, yeah,
can't
no.
do
But I'm just like,
why do I feel like you're right
what do you mean?
about the time?
That's
No,
why.
they literally say it in this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
he
take
says,
your
he's like,
time.
whoever, if you choose to kill someone, you get whatever time they would have had left. So
Okay.
that's why, if they do that, it's like, well, that guy could have lived to be 70.
But by that logic, I mean serial killers could live forever.
That's a whole different movie.
but
But
that's a good idea.
That is, oh my god,
The
like,
Final
that could
Destination killer.
no, I'm just saying that could explain like every serial killer they figured out. If you do that, you won't die.
Yes.
Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer was definitely thinking about that when he was having sex with dead bodies and then eating them.
well, he was just like, well, this is just gravy at this point. Like, this is already good.
You know what? I'm gonna have some spice to this, all right?
like I'm
I'm
already
gonna live
here.
forever, but let me have some
It's
fun.
like I'm already here. Like I might as well. Like, my clothes are already dirty. Like, it's like
But yeah,
Like,
so,
when do you start to think this is a problem? Oh, well, it's too late now.
oh yeah, with the MRI machine.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, this is the only reason
Which-
that I'd be like, I don't want to be an MRI machine. I hope I don't have any like metal implants in me.
dude, imagine he had like.
Oh yeah, and I remember
He
Mike.
does.
I
No,
remember
I
Mike was
know.
like, he has a dick piercing.
I called it before it happened.
And man, this was insane. Like this death is crazy. Like the wheelchair, the MRI machine.
It is kind of crazy that this like machine just was able to generate this much magnetism.
Magnetism. Well, it did say that it was going to research levels, which, by the way, I don't know why they would have that in a hospital. Oh yeah, this guy gets fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then fucking the other guy is like dying from eating a Reese's Pieces.
Oh yeah, I like how he said he's like, I'm not gonna, if I'm gonna die, I'm not gonna eat plain ass peanuts. We eat a
I'm
Reese's
pretty
Pieces
sure
for the
there's
cup.
a metal pin in the EpiPen.
There is.
I'm just, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
well, I
that's
mean, whatever.
Yeah.
No,
Out
we-
of every.
Oh, now whatever?
You know what?
Now
He
whatever?
is absolutely
They
right.
can't walk in through that hallway like that.
I was gonna say
He's spreading cancer juice on the floor.
No, it would still go, even if it was like one of those microneedle ones. Plus, it wouldn't be a microneedle for the EpiPen. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, he's very close to it. Yeah, sorry, we're kind of watching this last death right now.
I also don't really get this. That's crazy. Like that had to have some sort of crazy velocity to it, or
And
just,
it's still going.
It's still drilling, and I love how it's still going. Everyone's just like, "What the fuck? You were gone for 30 seconds. What the fuck?"
yeah, it's just like you can imagine going to find someone in the hospital and they're like, "Wow, you thought this would have been a good place to do this."
No. Oh, yeah, and one thing is also like none of these actors really stood out too much to me, and the mom especially, where they make this whole big deal about the mom leaving, and I guess they were trying to say that she went crazy a little bit, like the grandmother did. But she was just kind of there. Like she didn't have any extra personality. She wasn't freaking out like the grandmother was. She just kind of was just somewhat supportive of
Right
the
when
daughter.
it was like time for her to like hit that like climax point of her role to be there for the parent and really flip things over, fucking telephone pole fell on her.
Yep. Which is actually
You know what?
funny.
That's what I like about this movie because you're just like, oh, word, she's not. Never mind.
Nope, she's dead.
And like every time that you think that you know what they're going
You
to do,
should have done that 20 years ago.
But I find it really funny.
Getting killed by a telephone pole?
No, give a shit.
Oh. Then you wouldn't be burned up and
that's what I'm
smashed by a
saying.
telephone pole.
Like if you all work,
Death is really just saying you're a bad mom.
Which I'm like also, so like at a certain point they basically understand, hey, look, if the mom locks herself up like the grandma did and pretty much just has to watch her back for the rest of her life, then she can protect the kids and the rest of the family because death can't, I guess, skip over her. It has to get her first before she gets to anybody else.
You know what?
That's what the grandma was doing in the beginning.
By going through a death trap.
If they worked,
That's what I was going to get to because the house
is insane.
is literally a wrapped around the house is a death trap.
Why? Like, why?
Yeah, like what is she fend? Like you can't fend off death with metal punchy
And how
sticks
did she build it?
I was going to say
without dying.
how
I was going to say
Without dying.
she had spikes covering her roof. I'm like, how did you put those up there? Also, where did you get like 32 industrial-sized spikes?
And this like Walking Dead compound that she has, and it's like
She looked like she had those things that they put on the beaches in Normandy, but they were
Yes,
barbed wire
yes.
and nails. And you're like, this is the worst thing to be around.
And-
Why would you be around this?
yeah, like who? What are you trying to protect yourself from? Like
It's not like death is like some sort of T-Rex,
like a kaiju
Oh,
monster.
Yeah. Yes, that.
Oh,
I also like how they just switch and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, but you know what I was thinking? Because if they all just like the family work together and just like, all right, let's just grandma has to stay here. We'll all go visit her sometimes and bring her supplies, and as long as she's good, then
Yeah, that's it. That's all they have to. But that's what they were trying to do. But they fucked up because they literally
they
walked into
fucked
that
up.
trap.
I feel like if they were just like, all right, word, like we'll help you out, like even if it is just whatever, just do it. You know, like you don't have no skin off your back. You just she lives there and you drive her, or you know what, just deliver Amazon
they
stuff to
literally
your house.
tried and they failed miserably because death fucked them up.
Yeah, I think he was like I said, I'm not playing around. We're not messing around with strings and like gas.
Yeah.
and like
He's
kitchen
like,
knives.
the last three. I'm almost there.
No, dude,
almost done.
all of them. He's like, no, I'm whatever I have, I'm gonna mercilessly crunch you into bits, basically. with
Yeah.
Whatever I have. Yeah, look at this terrifying spike house.
And why did they think ramming their way in was a good idea? Like, I don't think.
No,
Also,
it made no sense.
check this out.
That-
How did
that's a
she
huge
get
one.
out? Remember, she was. Oh wait, never mind. She never went in all the way with her car. Her car was parked outside.
No, and
But how'd she get out then?
what?
How'd she get out when her grandma got?
She probably got
The door was closed. The gun was closed behind
went
her.
inside and fucking opened it.
How? How did she know how to do that?
It's probably
No,
big
she doesn't know where it
green
is.
button.
Big green button that says "Open the gate."
Maybe it's an
Might-
automatic thing.
Why would it be an automatic thing?
Because why would the grandma ever go out of the house? They basically say that she's never left that place.
Yeah, she says "fuck off" as soon as someone walks up to the
Like
door.
someone either have to come and drop her supplies, or it just does it automatically if no one closes the gate.
I mean, yeah, sure. I
Because
mean,
it is an automated gate. She does
Alright,
have
so-
the button for it.
So the plan breaks.
I get whatever. Amazon is the key to this.
Yes, pretty much. Because the
And
only
not
way,
going to this house.
Yeah, they could have definitely got. See, this makes what made more sense in the second movie is when that chick that survived the first was in a padded room, and like everything was closed off to her, where nothing could get in. And this literally, like, even in the house, there's still like loose things. There's plants hanging everywhere. There's utensils that she's using, and somehow she's able to thwart death that entire time.
Also, this is insane because you could just pull the fucking slack of the seatbelt and get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just go like that. It's some of the things that they did in this. I'm like,
there's a lot of flaws.
I'm like, I'm just saying, like, you
like this isn't by any means a perfect movie at all.
Tweak it a little bit and be like, all right, well, no, they're actually stuck. Like all the stuff I've seen where people were stuck. I'm like, just stop doing what you're doing.
But also, you gotta remember, they're panicking.
True.
So she's like not thinking about that, and also probably just tugging at it, so it's locking.
Facts.
So like, no one's gonna think like you're 2020 hindsight, yeah, but you know what I mean. Especially now that the serial killer here is death. Like you're not gonna fucking beat death. Like even in this ends pretty much like every other fucking Final Destination movie ends, where they think they won, but then there's that last minute like fuck you from death.
Yep.
Or someone's like, oh, by the way, yeah, this didn't happen. You're like, wait a minute, what? And then.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys even want to spoil it? Like,
I mean, it's the same as every
you
fucking.
Can let people enjoy.
I would definitely I would say watch this.
I would wait till it's not $20 to rent and rent it for like $6.
All right.
Yeah,
so this is a stay your ass at home and stream it. Like I would not have
for
gone
a
to the
lot
theater
cheaper
for this.
than $20.
Yeah,
unless you're splitting it.
This is absolutely going to be fucking like streaming on some
probably be on HBO.
Yeah, probably
like
HBO. Yeah, like just wait like a month and it should be out. It's a good Final Destination movie. Like I was entertained the whole time. Like there was only just some parts where I thought, number one, it's way too goofy. It gets almost Looney Tunes-ish at a certain point. It's a lot goofier than the other films. I did not like the main character. Or really most of the other characters. I mean, it kind of helps that maybe that's why they were so satisfying. Like, you're not attached to anyone. You know?
Also, this girl...
And you see them die gruesomely, like, that's cool. Like, I'm not like, oh, man, that sucks. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, other than that, like, yeah, no, this is just stay your ass at home and stream this. Like, it's not terrible, but it's also not as good as everyone keeps hyping it up. Like, the best fucking Final Destination movie. I think I like 1 and 2 better than this.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
But yeah,
this girl holds her breath for a very long time.
Yep, she's trying.
I'm just like,
yep, and then this kid doesn't know how to use a goddamn pocket knife. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it from us. Unless you want to add anything.
No, I mean, this was entertaining as hell. I was very satisfied with the kills. Also, yeah, this kid should know how to use a pocket knife.
You know what I'm like really excited to see?
What?
Weapons.
Oh yeah, I saw the preview for that. It looks kind of cool.
What is that?
It's another horror
watch
movie.
The trailer after
okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Oh yeah, you emoji'd it.
Have a great night.
Goodbye.
And we will announce the next movie soon.
Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out. What are we doing?
I don't know, but also we might do a thing for a fire.
Oh, word.
Will we?